I'm Eric Stark here of the Low Post, joined by Roman Clay, Lancaster Catholic senior-to-be. We're going to talk about the high school career in a moment, what's coming up for the high school season. Let's talk about your decision. Talked to you a few weeks ago at a golf outing with Jordan Steffi, and Roman, you said you had narrowed your list down and you were going to make your decision by the start of the football season. Is that still the case, or are you going to wait a little bit longer?
I decided to wait a little bit longer because in the days leading up to it, it was just controversy, and I wasn't 100% sure if I wanted to go to that school. So I decided to wait it out, and plus a couple schools came to the picture, so just wanted to hear back from them before I made it final.
You say controversy, but it's sort of controversy and conflicts in your own mind, because one of the schools that contacted you was
Penn State.
Penn State. This is after their controversy with what the NCAA did, but it sort of maybe opened up a door for you. You sort of had your prom date lined up, you thought, but then somebody else called you. I thought as soon as the sanctions came down with less scholarships, I wonder if Roman's going to get a call, because in some ways you'd be a great situation for them now. You grew up in Syria. What was it like? Who called you? Who contacted you? How did that whole process work with Penn State?
Coach London emailed me a couple weeks ago asking if I still had an interest in Penn State. And it being my home school, there's always an interest. So I talked to him on the phone, and they said they're going to start actively recruiting me and try and get me to come there. Even if I made my decision on the 10th, come November, December, he's still going to try and convince me to go to Penn State.
The idea of Penn State with no bowl games, how does that play into this for you? They've been asking a lot of the upcoming freshmen, Adam Brenneman from Cedar Cliff, and he says, hey, it's a big stadium. But what are your thoughts on that?
It is a big stadium, and it feels like you're playing in the bowl game every week. Mm-hmm. So, even if I were to go there, I'd be able to play in a bowl game my senior year, and if I were to register, I would have 2 more years. So I really don't look at that, and you got a bunch of guys leaving, transferring, decommitting. But I guess they're not seeing the bigger picture.
What would you go for? What's your major going to be? It's a good school still.
It could be anywhere from sports broadcasting to business management or something like that.
Okay. I know before schools like UMass, give me your top 5, top 6, or what is your list of schools right now? What have you narrowed it down to?
I haven't really narrowed it down. Before it was UMass, Penn State, and Old Dominion, but really it's just opened back up because I decided to wait to make my decision.
Besides Penn State, you said some other schools contacted you. Was there other notable schools in here that have recently jumped on the Roman Clay bandwagon?
Well, about 2 months ago, I was talking to Pitt, and they came back and they're still interested. And I actually talked to Nebraska a little bit ago.
Oh, wow.
So, they have a really good running back program. So they want to see me a couple weeks into the season before they make that decision to offer or not. So I just hope I hear good news from them.
How does it make you feel, Roman, when all of a sudden these bigger schools, I mean, UMass is a good program. Some of these other ones that are out there are good, but the bigger ones, the Nebraskas, the Penn States, the Pitts are stepping up now. How does that make you feel when you're starting to get these emails and phone calls coming in?
It actually feels kind of great, coming from these schools that have a lot of notoriety. But I know UMass and Old Dominion, Kent State, they're fine schools, but being able to play on national television like every weekend would also be a plus.
Let's go high school season now. You were all state last year. The team goes on and wins the state title. What's it going to take for you guys to have a successful year? And what will be a successful year? Is it state title or bust, or?
Having a successful year, I don't want to sell ourselves short. Having a state championship again will be an unbelievable season for us. But then again, we got to focus on what's in front of us and what we can control at the time. So just taking it 1 week at a time and playing who's in front of us will help us make that dream accomplished.
You're obviously an incredible athlete and talent as a running back. What about the lineman in front of you? You're only as good as the guys blocking you sometimes. Do you bring back a lot of guys? Talk about what's back this year for Catholic.
Well, we have 2 returning starters coming back, and even then last year we had 2 returning starters coming back. So knowing our offensive line coach, Coach Blankenstein, he knows how to really work with the linemen real well and bring them up to par with us. So really, I'm just hoping that he works with them and he makes them good.
Jumping into Section 1 this year, pointing in here, it's this room with Penfield and Manheim Township and Penn Manor. And I'm like, wait a minute, there's Catholic over there. What's that going to be like for you guys? Are you looking forward to that challenge of going in there with the big boys? You've sort of competed non-league with these guys for a while, but now to do it in the section.
I'm really looking forward to it, because we never got the respect playing Section 3 AA. And so now we have a point to prove that we can compete with these guys. I knew all along that, some of these teams we actually beat. So I don't see why we can't compete with them.
You too used to be in blue.
Yeah, so let's go back to the scholarship thing now. It's going to be held. You're thinking decision now will be December, or are you going to wait till February and do the hat thing?
I don't want to wait until February because that's when you start losing them because schools get scared that you're not going to pick them.
Okay.
So they start reaching out to more. It's all a game in this process, but I don't know. It could be anywhere like in between the season, after the season, because I'm planning on taking some official visits.
Do you have one scheduled for Penn State yet?
I didn't schedule it yet, but it'll probably be one of my official visits.
Your official visits. Do you enjoy this game, or is it a lot of pressure? How do you feel?
It is a lot of pressure because I'm usually up all night laying in bed thinking about where I want to go, who has the best opportunities for me, and where I fit in the best. It really just comes down to where I can play as soon as possible and who has the best academic program.
Hope you come to peace with your decision real soon. Thank you, Roman.
Thank
Good luck
you.
this year.
Thank you.
Thanks.